Hello, everybody. Welcome to the main event of our cover wars. Now, I had made that video yesterday saying it was tie, so now we have a tiebreaker. Just to let you know. So here is now what it is. It is Tool. Okay, I had gotten that extra vote. It was 8 votes, and it was 50-50. It was it was either like I needed one more vote, and so I got that vote. I got it pretty early on. I was expecting I was hoping not to get another vote to get like 10 votes and it would have been 50-50 again. But I kept watch on it, and just before making the video, I looked one last time to make sure that it was right. And yep, one extra person voted for Tool, so it put Tool into the lead. So it's kind of it was yeah, that was a pretty neck and neck. It's still 56%. That's the closest yet that we've gotten to you know to being pretty tight. So now we're going to pit Tool versus Iron Maiden. That is the main event. But first, a little sidebar. I need to do something really important that I need to get to this one. Yeah, because this is very important. I have to get to these kind of things. Now, you know me. Anytime I get some new subscribers, I have to call them out. I have to say who you are and say thank you for for subscribing to my channel. So we got Haven, Mahaven or Haven. I like Haven or yeah, I like the Mahaven. Mahaven. Or I think that's pretty cool. I like the way that looks. I like the I think that's a cool looking name. And then of course we got George, and let's see if I can't get this right. Escalante. I'm hoping I got that right. It's Escalante. George Escalante. Now it sounds exotic, and I love that, and I hope I got that right. And if I didn't, let me know. So thank you again for subscribing to my channel. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel. I love you all. So also, I just want to mention one little extra little thing before we get into the cover wars. Now, YouTube is a funny thing. YouTube is doing something that's really kind of bizarre, and I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening, and I'm just kind of want. And if anybody out there knows what's going on, can you let me know so I can yeah. Okay, what's going on is that I'm losing views on a video on my video now for a few for ever since yesterday for yeah pretty much ever since yesterday I had 444 views on my video for the Polygon Wonderland my copyright test, and then about an hour and a half ago or 2 hours ago, for some reason it changed over to 600. Yeah, okay, it was at 440. It was at 444 views after 4 days, and when I looked, it was now at 361. It since went up by two more, so it's now at 362. But somewhere along the line, I lost 82 views. It was subtracting 82 views from my view count, and I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? How did I lose 83 views? I lost 83 views, and I'm like, how did I do that? Like, how what's YouTube doing? And still, but I look at my analytics and it shows me the right views, and it's saying there should be 446 views that I gotten for that video. but when I go to look on like in my where it says manage videos, it's showing it's still showing 362, like it's 363, 363 views. Like it's showing those 2 new views that I gained, but it's still showing like 83 views less than it was showing before. Like I had gotten to 444 views, and then so okay, I'm gonna move on. I just had to throw that out there that's kind of been happening. That YouTube is a weird little beast, and I think there's so many little flaws here and there with YouTube. It's so imperfect. It can it can it can like cater to certain type of viewers, and it help. I don't know. It's a weird beast, master, and I don't quite get it all the time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm here for. I just had to kind of get that little gripe out there for a second. Now let's go to the main event. Don't not have to worry. I'm going to be putting timestamps so you can get to all these parts for rewatch. Okay, now Iron Maiden versus Tool. Now I'm going with this. I only have 7 Iron Maiden albums. I kind of stopped collecting, and I'll briefly show you here why. Because as you can see, the old cases here they made the Eddie face, right. And from here on in, I didn't worry so much about these 2 because they were just part of the hair. Like if I would have gotten the old cases with these 2, it just continues the hair on the side because it goes chronologically in this order here, right? So this being the somewhere in time, the next one I would need is Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, and then so on and so forth, like the whatever which ones I would need. But I can't seem to find these cases anymore for they're basically all this kind of casing. These covers with the little logo up on the top there. They're all every one now that you can get for Iron Maiden are that covers. So yeah, it's just a little a little discouraging. I'm gonna have to cave in and just buy the rest of the album because I do want the rest of the albums. I do want a certain I do want to start collecting some more Iron Maidens eventually. But I'm just really bummed out that I'm not getting the full I'm not able to complete that like I really wanted to. I'm one of those completists sometimes. I can get a little obsessive. All right, so and then we're going to go with all the also because it's 7 versus 7, so we're going to go with all the Tool I have here. And suffice it to say, I should probably demonstrate each one as I go along, but I'm not. I'm just going to show side by side. You guys all know what's in there. If you're following my if you're following Cover Wars, you've already seen them. So I'm just going to move along and not dwell too long on it. And I just want to remind you that it's the overall of every album cover that they ever made. So as with the Tool, where it will end, and there's only so many Tool albums. I'm showing you every single one minus the DVDs. I'm not showing them in this round. That's all there is. But when it comes to Iron Maiden, of course, you can continue and see more Iron Maiden album covers like that more than I have. So, and I want you to keep all those other covers that I don't have in my collection. I'm not showing here in consideration. Keep it in mind when you're making your judgment. All right. So let's just get to it. I don't mind making a little bit longer videos. It really doesn't bother me. So now we're this is the main event. So this is Tool versus Iron Maiden. So let's move that. over there, and then I'm not gonna linger too long on them. I mean, the early albums of Tool are not super spectacular. They're pretty, they're pretty same old, same old. I thought they were cool, but they were nothing to, nothing to brag about. For me, it was about the music. But then this came out, and it was an awesome album, and having that 3D kind of wobbly thing going on with the case, I thought that was that was genius. I thought, yeah, okay, they're evolving. I love that. I love seeing an evolving. Okay, they're yeah, and then, but that's an awesome friggin' cover too. So again, when it comes to my biased choice, I am slightly leaning for one more than the other. But I'm happy either way, whoever wins, because they're both very deserving to win, right? So I'm lingering too long. Sorry, I should move this along. And then we have this. Now I can take this apart. I can demonstrate the little booklet, how you can see the innards of the being and all that stuff, and then that's a pretty cool tied down artistic rendition of a person losing their mind. Yeah. So that's some bad. Both of these I have to say they're about badass. But then they go and start evolving again. I mean, this has always been a Wicked album cover, but then you get something like this where it's like, okay, I can open this up and show you that it's a stereoscopic viewer where you can look at these 3D panels that give you a deeper visual context to. So again, they're being innovative. And so here now, okay, when it comes to Tool and Iron Maiden, we're coming to not my favorite stuff exactly, and it's not the best stuff. Well, for Iron Maiden, for me personally, for Iron Maiden, yes, it's my favorite stuff of Iron Maiden. For the Tool stuff, it's their most innovative and most inventive idea and concept yet, and it's a double bill basically, and you know what I'm talking about, of course, if you've been following my channel. So okay, let's get into it. We're gonna go with Live After Death, and I always love that album cover. I love the blue against the yellow. I just love the angle that he's coming out. I love the detail. I love all the fire effects. I love how the inner cover continues. I'll give you a brief look there, and then, and I mean, this is epic. But I'm just going one last time open that to show you. The battery's still fine on that. It hasn't gone dead yet. So I opened it maybe about 4 times now like that, but I haven't let the whole thing play. But yeah, okay, let's stop that. So I mean, because that is part of it, right? So that is part of it. But that is one fantastic cover. So like I said, whoever wins, I'm going to be really happy with it. It really doesn't bother me. And then this for Iron Maiden is equally as good. And then same album. All right, I know, same album, but it's still I'm still using it as a comparison. Because you got such a detail, and I mean their concert for that was wicked wild. It was friggin' awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome look. and somewhere in time, I can open that cover up, and there's more detail. I'm just have to open this up because the reason why I have this here is so I can show you a couple of pieces of artwork. I'll show you the centerpiece first. To give you an idea, and each one points to one and the other. It starts off on like there's one on one end and the other one at the other end. It starts with that him pointing up and him at the end pointing pointing down. But yeah, and then in between they have lyrics. They have stuff like that. And not and I'll show you the guitar player right there, the guitar player, and then there's a nice little cool little sheet in between that's transparent, and then you get lyrics. I want to show you something here too. It's towards the beginning, that cool picture of the torch. So. But to recap again, with somewhere in time, and then there's. Alright, so. That is my presentation for this final thing of Cover Wars. So, yeah, I was kind of happy to see Tool hit the. Because I really did want to see Tool versus Iron Maiden. It would have been interesting seeing Rush versus Iron Maiden, because then there would have been no contest. And Iron Maiden would surpass Rush, I think. Because you compare Rush to Iron Maiden, yeah, no. Iron Maiden clearly over, way over Rush. And then but I think it's going to be another tight race. Yeah. I want to say Tool, but again, it really doesn't matter who wins. I think even if Iron Maiden wins, I think I'll still be happy for them. I say yeah. I still would think well deserved, and I would completely understand, and it wouldn't bother me at all. No, whoever wins, I'm curious to see who is going to win. And yeah, I'm so more split down the middle, and it really doesn't matter for that decision than any other. So yeah, we're going to leave it at that. So that is my video. Just one last quick little thing before I go. I've been tripping on this album lately. I played this album about four or five times in a row now. I love it. My highlights. Okay, I know I can't stop talking about King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. The songs that I really love on this is of course its automation, top notch. Straws in the Wind is really growing on me. A Minimum Brain Size is pretty cool. I'm particularly love Some of Us. Intrasport. So Some of Us, Intrasport, Honey is awesome. Odd Life. This is but yeah, for me, it's Some of Us and Intrasport. Those two are probably the top of the list of the ones that I like the most on here. Yeah, Ontology is pretty great too. And yeah, this is Now, because this is the microtonal exploration, do I like this better than Flying Microtonal Banana? It's so close. It's like I still think I like Flying Microtonal Banana maybe a little bit better, but this is a really up there. I want to be doing another ranking soon, but then again, this weekend coming up, I may even get another couple of King Gizzard albums, and then I'll do and then I'll wait until I might just wait because I'm due to get some more because I'm gonna get my income tax return in. I haven't gotten that money yet, but once that comes in, I'm going to splurge just a little bit more on some more King Gizzard. and then I can do you a better, a little bit broader, proper, yeah, proper rating and ranking of that. Yeah, that's my mission. That's my mission statement. All right, so everybody, I'm going to let you go right now, and as always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace everywhere. And everybody, peace everybody.